Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot, How to Give a Positive Reading in Any Situation, which is due out from Llewellyn Books this October and is already available for pre-order at Barnes & Noble or Amazon or anywhere books are sold. It's time for this month's Oracle for June 2020, and I'm going to do Tarotscopes for the next 3 astrological signs. So this is video 2. We did video 1, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. In this video, we're going to do Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So if you're a Cancer or you have a lot of Cancer in your chart, this message is going to be for you. So let's see what comes up. The Moon, very Cancerian. The Six of Cups, also a very Cancerian card since it has to do with the past and they always replay that. And then we got the Page of Wands. Okay, so there is a sense of a call back to the past for Cancer at this time. A lot of sensitivity, a lot of old emotions are bubbling up. And the Moon is saying that it's important to trust your instincts, Cancer, this next month, and also to listen to the deeper call that's going on with you emotionally, that's going on beneath the surface. The Moon in Latin is luna, where we get our word in English lunatic from. So when you ignore your feelings or your deeper impressions or even your intuition, it can start to make you feel depressed or crazy or off or like things just aren't making very much sense. The Cancerian card of the Moon as well is the ruling planet of Cancer. And so it's just saying that there's going to be a lot of phasing of moods this next month where you're going to wax and wane. Some days you're going to feel more energetic and more positive and alive and focused. And some days you're just going to want to retreat in your home and not deal with anybody. The Moon card is telling you to honor those feelings as they arise. Then we got that second card, which is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of the past. And sometimes it indicates that things from the past are going to be bubbling up in your consciousness. This could also be a time where something's triggering the past for you. And there's some deep healing that needs to happen by revisiting something that might have been either painful or something that's been following you or plaguing you from the background for quite a long time. The Moon card is always a healing and cathartic card, however. The Moon is a symbol for your authentic self, the part of you that's really real, that's beneath the surface. And it's really saying that that is going to be a part of yourself that you're really needing to contend with, especially over this next month. The importance of the past card and the Moon card for Cancer is made clear with the Page of Wands, which comes afterward. These cards are talking about clearing up energy from the past in order to aspire for something new. When we see the Page of Wands, he's looking up at his staff, he's looking up at the top of it, he's still growing into it. And he's a symbol for aspiration and creating new conditions and growing and going forward. And it's saying that the past needs to be addressed or dealt with or healed or resolved in some way in order for you to be able to move forward in your future confidently and optimistic and hopeful about the future. This can also indicate that even though there's a lot of emotional moodiness and changeability around you this next month, that near the month's end, there's a return to optimism or also a renewed sense of hope. So that is the message for Cancer. Next, we're going to go over the astrological sign of Leo. So if you're a Leo or you have a lot of Leo in your chart, this is going to be the message for you for June 2020. Five of Cups, High Priestess, and Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so the Five of Cups can indicate dealing with something in your life right now which kind of feels disappointing or difficult or challenging. The figure on the Five of Cups is so lost in a trance at what's not working. He's staring at these 3 spilled cups. He's only looking at the thing that is spilled. And he's not looking at the 2 cups that are behind him, which are actually still standing. Whenever this card comes up, it indicates that there is a danger of really getting up every morning and only looking at the negative, or getting so stuck on rifling through the problems in your head or in the world and not being able to look up and away from it. And that High Priestess is saying there is so much more to Leo this next month, that there's something deeper that needs to be pulled upon and brought to the surface. The High Priestess has that huge ocean of wisdom behind her, which she's accumulated after lifetime after lifetime. She represents the oldest part of your soul, and she is guarding this great ocean, and she's challenging you to go through her gateway and reconnect with what's deepest within you. And this has to do with your source, your power, your intuition, the magical side of you. However, that little pomegranate-covered veil is blocking out that vast ocean behind the High Priestess. And what this can indicate is, as the fruit of the underworld, your fear of change, your fear of the unknown. And the High Priestess is saying, don't worry about your fear right now. It is as thin and as skimpy as the veil that we see on the card. And all it needs to be done is that you just need to pull it aside and really get back in touch with the deepest part of yourself this next month. If you are operating from your own center of authority, Leo, you are going to be fine. However, you might see that there are other individuals that are either around you or in your environment, which are really challenging to deal with. We see that Page of Swords reversed, which sometimes indicates people who are not accountable, or they're not really stepping up and taking responsibility for their contribution to a challenge. It's important not to meet the immaturity of the Page of Swords reversed with more immaturity, but instead to rise above and to be the bigger person, especially with that High Priestess card. When I see these cards, I really feel like Leo has to be the mature adult in the room, because they may be dealing with other individuals who are not being accountable or are not really owning their part to play. And sometimes when you are the wiser one, or the one with more experience or more lifetimes, or you're just an older soul, those people are going to frustrate you, but you have to just smile at them and know that that's all the tools that they have. And how unfortunate for them, they have still some growth to do, but at least you don't need to get bent out of shape about it. And then finally, we have the astrological sign of Virgo for June 2020. So if you're a Virgo or you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, this is the message for you. First, the Ten of Cups reversed. Second, the Tower. And third, the Three of Cups. So Virgo's going through a lot of stuff emotionally. Number one, we got that Ten of Cups reversed. And it's just saying that there's a lot of things that are going to be coloring your emotions this next month, Virgo. We have that rainbow that's now at the base of the card. And this can sometimes indicate the importance of color in your life. It could be important to pay attention to what you're attracted to at this time, but also the Ten of Cups reverse can indicate a need to restore harmony. And why is that? Well, we see with the Tower that there's an end to an old structure, an end to an old way. There's also a sense of you getting out of your head, Virgo, and not just living in your brain all the time, but really coming back to earth. Virgo is an earth sign, and they do really benefit from connecting with the earth, connecting with reality, getting grounded in the earth. The Tower, however, shows one of the things that Virgo's also known for, however, which is that they're very analytical. They sometimes get stuck in their heads too much. And if they're trapped in their head too much, it can start to lead to a sense of disconnection from reality. And that Tower card is showing the universe throwing a lightning bolt at you, snapping you out of your head, and the people falling from the Tower back to the earth are getting back to reality. Sometimes this card has to do with grappling with difficult changes or transformations that are happening around you. But it's important to get back to earth and realize that from that place, you actually get to build a new structure in your life. And everything in an end, everything that gets destroyed in our life, it really is important to realize that it is really allowing for the seeds of new beginning to take place. Also, I see for Virgo, hope returning. Probably around that third week of June, we got that Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a card of celebration or joy. It's also a card that says that you're really resilient. You might take a hit this next month. There might be a challenge this next month that you really need to address or deal with emotionally. However, near the month's end, it really says that there's also a return to joy or something to celebrate. And also that Three of Cups is a card of connection, and it's also a card of promoting yourself and really using your personal charisma in order to advance your goals. If Virgo can still keep their eye on what is positive and good in their life, I really think that it's going to be a good month. And also with that Ten of Cups, Virgo, be really attentive to what colors you're attracted to this next month. By applying that color in your life, you actually can start to empower yourself by maybe brightening up your environment a little bit. So that is the end of video 2. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, you can always see me at elliotoracle.com and schedule a session with me there. Otherwise, I hope you all have a safe and happy June, and do take care.